we are going to start these two remaining topic to complete the Azure storage services. That is table storage and queue storage. So these two basically not used widely, but it have some significant meaning. That means some purpose it is required to store. Let's understood what is Azure table storage. So basically Azure table storage, that means you are considering, let's say this is a table. In this particular table storage, this is, you can store the data, isn't it, right? So like SQL, you are entering the data. So this is how you are entering the table, inside the data. But for your information, I'm telling you, we are using the words called NoSQL. What does it mean? NoSQL means this particular table doesn't have any schema structure. So basically in SQL, there is a schema. There is a predefined schema, SQL, it's called SQL schema. So in table storage, there is no concept of schema. That's what we call them NoSQL. So this is a common interview question. Azure table storage is a basically SQL storage or NoSQL storage? Never says SQL storage. Is always called NoSQL storage. Why? Because Azure table storage doesn't have any schema of database like SQL. Got it? Azure table storage is hold on, which is join. Azure table storage basically, it's a storage fully managed and NoSQL services that provides key value stored with a seamless design. And for your information, it is a popular choice for storing large amount of semi-structured data such as user data, address book and device information. Got it? Like normal shops or computer shops, they are using their billing purpose, they can use this table storage. Even I'm telling you, once you are going to create any table storage, you also need a storage account. From under the storage account, you will create this table storage. Clear? So Azure table storage offers a number of advantages over additional relational database, including scalability, durability and cost effectiveness. Got it? Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear, everyone?
Yes.
Can you repeat that?
Yes. Yes, tell me. Hello?
Sorry, can you repeat that what you said right now? Sorry, I think.
I am telling you that Azure table storage basically a semi-structure. Okay, it's a popular choice for storing large amount of semi-structured data such as user data, address books and device information. Like organization, they are entering data and later on they will fetch the data. They need certain table, but they do not have any database. Okay, so they will directly access the cloud. So in that case, you can create a table structure for them. Azure table storage offer a number of advantages over traditional relation database. So normally SQL database, Oracle database, it's called relational database. It's a numerous advantage. First of all, scalability. Azure table storage can scale to meet the needs of even the most demanding application. If in terms of durability, Azure table storage is highly durable and is replicated 3 times each region. And if we say cost effectiveness, Azure table storage is cost effective solution for storing large amount of data. Got it? Some features, Azure storage, some features is that schema-less design. As I say, it's a schema-less design. Azure table storage is a schema-less service, which means that you do not need to define a schema for your data. This makes it easy to store and manage data that does not fit into a traditional relational database. So for your information, let's understood, you are entering one value. So first of all, you need to, if it is SQL, then you have to design row, okay, you have to design column, okay, so you have to design structure of that, then only you have to enter your database. But there is called schema less design, so you no need to create any predefined schema. Got it? Next is key attribute store. Yeah, tell me.
One question. So I think it's more like blob only, right? Because in blob also it's unstructured. This
No,
also
no, no, no,
unstructured.
no, 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 no. It's not unstructured. It's a structured, but no SQL structure. I mean schema less. Don't confuse. In blobs, in basically blobs, you can copy any unstructured data like MP3 file, MP4 file, some JPG image. But here you contain only data, structured data, but not SQL format, because it does not support schema less design. I mean schema design. It is schema less design. So that's why we call no SQL. Got it? These are actually, I am telling you these are features of stable storage. First is seamless design, sorry, schemaless design. Second is key attribute store. Azure table storage store data as a key value pairs. This make it easy to access and query data by key. And that means you can create on table storage and you have enter key and attribute. Okay. Later on, after table created, you can search with key and attribute. Got my point? Third thing is geo replication. So Azure table storage support geo replication, which means that your data is replicated to multiple region. This ensures that your data is always available even if one region is unavailable. Clear? Got it?
Yes, okay.
In terms of durability, Azure table storage is highly durable and it's replicated 3 times in each region. This ensures that your data always available even if there is a hardware failure. That means in terms of hardware failure, it is replicated in another storage box. So there is no question of data loss. And next feature is cost effectiveness. Azure table storage is a cost effective solution for storing large amount of data. You only pay for the storage that you use and there are no minimum commitment. Okay. If you need to store large amount of semi-structured data, Azure table storage is a great option. It is a scalable, durable and cost-effective solution that can be used to store a wide variety of data. Clear? So some use cases, if we say some use case or give some example of Azure table storage, then few of the use cases are storing user data for web application, like for a web application entering certain query you are doing, for that only, storing address book, storing device information, storing metadata, stored log file, storing sensor data, storing game state, storing file uploads. If you need a storage large amount of data, Azure table storage is the great option to consider. Okay, clear? Any question? So if we understand how, I will show you the practical, don't worry. I am just telling you, did you understand? Some concept is clear, Azure storage, table storage.
Yeah, it's clear. Miss, I understood that it is no SQL but structured data. It has structured data and it is used for basically storing like for web applications, right? Like details of users and all those things.
Exactly. Now let's discuss about the interview question answer about table storage. What are the question can come and ask you? First question: What is Azure Table Storage? So you know the answer. Answer is Azure Table Storage is a fully managed by NoSQL services that provides a key value store with schemaless design. It is popular choice for storing large amount of semi-structured data such as user data, address books and device information. Next is what are the key features of Azure Table Storage? So you understood schemaless design, key value store, geo replication, durability, cost effective solution. Next is use cases. What are the use cases you can use? Okay. Next question they can ask you, what are the different type of enter Azure table storage? There are mainly two type of entities in Azure table storage. One is tables, another one is entities. Tables are the top level container in Azure table storage. They can contain an unlimited number of entities. So there are two types of entities in Azure table storage. And interview question answer is, what are the different types of entities in Azure table storage? Answer is, there are two types of entities in Azure table storage. One is tables, another one is entities. In tables, tables are the top level container in Azure table storage. They can contain an unlimited number of entities. Clear? Whereas entities are the individual item that are stored in Azure table storage. Each entity has a unique key and can contain an unlimited number of properties. Okay? Next is, what are the different types of queries that can be performed on Azure table storage? There are three types of queries that can be performed on Azure table storage. Entity queries. Entity queries are used to retrieve a single entity by its key. Table queries. Table queries are used to retrieve all of the entities in a table. Partition queries. Partition queries are used to retrieve all of the entities in partition. Clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Next is, next interview question, what are the different types of security features that are available in Azure table storage? Answer is, there are a number of security features that are available in Azure storage, that is access control, encryption, auditing. You can control who has access to your data by using access control list. Encryption is your data is encrypted at rest and transit. Auditing, you can audit access to your data to track who is accessing it and where they are doing it. So these are the common interview question it can ask in Azure table storage. Clear?
Dada, please send these questions in the chat.
Sure. So let's go and create the Azure table storage. I am telling you, the when we created the storage, Azure table storage or file queue storage, it cannot be accessed through Azure portal. You need to access through File Explorer, either Azure File Explorer or on-prem File Explorer. So go to portal.azure.com. So first things, I need to create one resource group. Then what we need to do? Create storage account, as it is very important. So without storage account you can't even create any kind of storage. Clear? Got it?
Yes, sir.
First you have to pick your resource group here, click on next, advanced whatever it is. Okay, why it is showing? Oh, so my storage account name is my storage. My store. Everything is taken and what? My goodness.
I put some numbers, I think.
My storage. Okay. So I am putting in standard recommended for most scenario general purpose V2 account. So it is keeping me on geo redundant storage because storage is very important to replicate their data. Enable public access from all networks. Data protection, whatever it is, leave it blank. So in storage account there is a two kind of encryption type: Microsoft managed key key or customer managed key CM key. So here enable support for customer managed keys. All files you can selected it. I will go for default. Review. And then create. Let it create. Just coming from washroom. Okay. So storage account has created successfully, right? So let's go to resources. So this is your storage account, right? Clear everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Then you have an option, see that blob service, file service, queue service, table service. So click on table service. Basically table service is very simple. I mean, no need to any criticality things. Is like blob and file store is most critical, but it is very simple. Once you click a table, then it will added the table and based on the URL. Later on, same table you can access through Storage Explorer. Okay, let's create a table. Table name is now this table you cannot enter data inside. Got my point? If you click on this, it will not, if you open it, it is just like a URL, it will not work. It's a XML message. Now question is, how then you can access it? You have options, Storage Explorer, through which you can access the Storage Explorer. Both you can use in Azure as well as your on premises, you know. So there is the option open Explorer, open in Explorer, click on perfect. Very easily you can manage. So let's connect your storage account. How you do, what you need to do, go to there, go to your storage account. So here, call it down, scroll it down, there is a shared access signature. Access key, yeah. So copy this access key, connecting string. Okay, so string is, yeah, copy this, put it here. So click on next, and display name will be your my storage name. Again I am saying I am going to access keys options, copy this name, and using connection string I am connecting Explorer. Clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir. You have to use key too, right? Always.
Sorry. Yeah, you can. If Q1 is not working, then use key 2.
Okay.
Now see that I successfully added the connection. Got it? Now you can access your storage account because my storage key has connected. I am going to create table because now you can see under this table it will scan. I see that my table is showing, right? You have created this storage, right? You created this table, right? What is your table
Yes.
name? My table. But that you cannot work here. You cannot work here. For that only you need a storage explorer. Got my point? So let's create one tables. In that case, click on add. As I say, there are the two things, two entities. One is partition key, another in row key. Okay. So here you can add properties and you can add case ID. Now you can make a partition 1, row key 1 and case ID 110. Click on insert. See, there is a table added. Now I am creating the same value in partition key. I am creating same value in partition key. Click on add. Again you put the partition key 1, this key 2 and case ID 300. I am giving small example, but you can create anything. Now I want to change different partition. Now I want to change different partition. So in that case, click on add. Partition will be 2. Again row key 1, case ID 200. So in that case, your table will be different. I mean, your partition will be different. These are the timestamp. Got it? These are the timestamp. If you run the query, partition key, I want to see the partition key 2. What exactly the data was there. Click on run. See that. In 2 partition key, I have entered all those data. Got my point? In 2 partition key, I have done all those data. Got it? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now let's say I have entered partition 4, partition 3, row key 1, case ID 500. I have added partition 1 again, or 2 again, or let's say 3 again, row ID 5, case ID 900. So now there is, because this is contain a large amount of data, it's not possible to look after manually. In that case, if you go to query and see which partition you want to see, okay, it's partition 3. Let's see what are the value available in partition 3. Once you click on this, see that in partition 3 we have only one data. Got my point? Is that clear? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now what exactly you will get query, your application team will tell you, boss, create one table storage, the partition key will be 1, row key will be 1, and added that much of data, case ID, device name, like 500, 600 data you need to do it. Got it? So every time you will do add all those stuffs. Got it? Now whenever you need to delete, select any data, click on delete. It will be delete. Now how this can be automated, right? Now this can be automated. In that case, you have to, click on this table. There is an option get access signature, shared access signature. So you have to generate SAS key. You have to generate SAS key and you have to create it. Once you create, you have to pass this URL and query strings to application team. They will embed this code to their application. Later on, they will run the application, data will be import here. You got my point? You got my point? So from your end, infrastructure perspective, you need to create this table under storage. You have to build the storage as per the partition key or entry key, and you have to, after done this, you have to create one SaaS access signature and share this URL and query string to application team. Clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt? Any doubt?
I have a doubt actually. It's about actually SQL and NoSQL. I'm
Okay.
really confused about like what is the difference between them.
Okay. So for your information, did you know SQL ever?
Yeah, I have seen SQL how it works, but I'm really confused about it. Normally, that is like we have MS Office in MS what do you call it? It's same like that, but it has a large number of data and it has same in the it's the same row and same like this. Here you're adding different, so I'm a little confused about that.
For your information, SQL and NoSQL are two different types of database. SQL stands for Structured Query Languages, and it is a language used to manage data in relational database. Got my point? NoSQL stands for not only SQL. NoSQL means not only SQL, and it refers to wide range of database technologies that are not based on relational model. The main difference between SQL and NoSQL is the way they store data. SQL database store data in table which are made up of rows and columns. Each row represents a single record and each column represents a single pieces of data about record. NoSQL database in one another hand store data varieties of way, including key, value, pair, document and graph. Got my point? Clear?
Yes.
So
correct. I
basically,
will check first.
basically SQL is the relational, NoSQL is the non-relational. SQL is the table type and NoSQL is key, value, pair, document, graph. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And second thing, application that require complex query and transaction management. And NoSQL basically application that require high performance and scalability. Ultimate, the best choice of database for particular application depends on the specific requirement of the application. So SQL needs is simple, I'm telling you. SQL need SQL Server installation, right? Where you will install? You will install one application. Got my point? You need to create database. So database need
Like SCCM.
exactly.
Like SCCM.
Not only SCCM, any application they need database. Even vCenter also need database. So if it is SQL, then somewhere you have to install the SQL Server. Got it? Okay. Now there is chances are high that SQL database can be corrupted. Got it? Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now what are the things? You have to patch SQL Server time to time, right?
Yes.
You have to do the vulnerability from the SQL part. Might be SQL certain server might having some blockage, something else happen. But here there is no question about any application to be installed. Got my point? There is no question any application to be installed. It's just a feature. It's just a features available in Azure storage. That's what is called Azure table storage. It's look like SQL database but not SQL. Got my point?
Yeah.
Clear? Gloria, is that clear? Blessan, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
I mean, if you have any doubts, you can please ask me because this is very important.
No, I know SQL a little bit because it was there.
You know in your course in BCA, you
yes,
know,
yes, yes.
so right, you have to structure query, all those stuff is right. If you want to get query, if you want to so in that case you have to run the query. So here you don't need to do anything. Just click on query, put your entity ID, you will get enter the database.
Okay.
So this is a hell lot of difference. And second thing is that SQL is very slow, whereas table storage is very faster. Now let's have a choice. Nowadays, why SQL database is required? Definitely application will use. In background application it will used, right?
Yes.
So
Yes,
here
right.
in also, if you discuss about in Azure, there is the option called logic app. So if you design any logic app, that is also can use as Azure storage, table storage. In that case, you have to give them, you have to generate a hash key. You know how to generate hash key, and you have to give them this URL and query strings. They will include this to their application and hard code that application, and from the application end it will be trigger the value. Got it? That means
Brother, what is the meaning of hard coding the application?
hard coding means they will integrate it to their coding.
Okay, okay.
That means whenever simple Gloria, whenever any application running, there is a front end. In background there is a database running. So whenever like your core logic project, you are entering value in a certain application, right? Mortgage application, right?
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
exactly how these things happen in background, there is a database there. A database already have the schema. They already have the schema like username, customer ID, loan amount, loan department, mortgage, whatever the things. Based on that, at the end you have to save and populate the form, right?
Yes.
Exactly. So in behind there is a database working. So some cases it was Oracle database, some cases it uses Sybase, some cases SQL. But Azure is offering, it's telling highly faster end solution, but it is not a SQL. It kind of storage, but it using as table format. This is called table storage. And after you create this table storage, you can access hash key, shared access signature key, and you have to give them, because see, there is a requirement from application team that they are building certain application, and application need a table storage account. So how they do not have access, right? They do not have access to create this account, because you are managing infrastructure part, they are managing application part. So there is a request to
Yes.
you. So in that case you create a storage account. Under that you have to create a file table storage according to their information. Once table defined, you give them shared access signature. So they will include this to their application. How they do their part. These two information you have to give. Got it?
Okay. Yes, yes.
And from application end they will enter the value. It will directly store here in table. Got my point? Because right now you are controlling it, but then that time it will control by application. You got my point?
Yes, yes. Okay.
So this is table storage, how it's work. Any question? Any question?
No, no.
Next we are jumping to Azure Que storage. So first of all, you guys already know in C++, FIFO, LIFO, remember? First in, first out, last in, first out.
Yes, yes, yes.
What is that? That is
Uh, yes.
actually queue.
Mhm,
That is
yes,
actually
queue.
queue. Even queue in comes in our real time as well. Like in cinema hall, you are going to watching a movie, but now in the counter you are standing for for collecting the tickets, right? So there is a 20 people in front of you. They are one by one purchasing the tickets. So first in, last out. Got it? So it's called first in, first out. That means you are entering fast and you are moving fast. Entering fast, moving fast. Last in, first out. First in, last out. This is how it's called queue. Queue means whenever any ongoing process coming and moving, coming and moving. So this bucket is called queue. Basically, queue storage, it's required for messaging certain application which is required messaging, or collecting the logs, or collecting small amount of message, within that period of time, Azure have a very good option in storage that is called queue storage. It is not like SQL, but it is a small pieces of message. Clear? Got it? Azure Queue Storage is a service for storing large number of messages. It is highly scalable and durable service that can be used to decouple components in your application, like improve resilience and handle high demand. Okay, some features of queue storage is same: scalability, durability, and decoupling, resilience, high demand Azure queue. If we say scalability, so Azure queue storage is highly scalable and can be used to store millions of messages. Millions of messages. If we say in terms of durability, then Azure Queue Storage is durable and messages are replicated across multiple regions. Like this. Because this is common for every storage account, because you are creating storage and you are maintaining redundant. Got my point? At the time of creating storage account, you are not selecting redundant, zone redundant, local redundant, not selecting. You are selecting. Yes. So that's why it's a durability. Next, if we say decoupling, Azure Queue Storage can be used to decouple component in your application so that they can be scaled independently. Resilience. Azure Queue Storage can help to make your application more resilient to failure by storing message in durable way. Also, it is very highly demand. Azure Queue Storage can handling high demand, can be used to process large number of messages in a short period of time. As a whole, we can say Azure Queue Storage is very powerful tool that can be used to improve the scalability, durability, resiliency of your application. It is a good choice for application that need to store large number of messages or that needs to be able handle high demand. Got it? I am giving some example of how Azure Queue Storage can be used. It will clear your doubts. Decouple of components in an application so that they can be scaled independently. To improve the resiliency of an application by storing messages in a durable way. To handle high demand by processing large number of messages in a short period of time. Clear? Got it? Any doubt, please ask. Hello?
Yes, sir. Actually, I didn't get anything.
Sorry?
I didn't get anything actually in the last you said.
Okay, you are not getting anything. Okay, so from where you want to have confusion?
See, you said that queue storage is basically is in the basis of first in, first out, or last in, first out on that basis. All right?
Okay. Let's understood. Like, if you have, definitely we have, everyone have the mobile, right? Now in mobile, how messages arriving? Tell me, in mobile, how messages are arriving? Message come here, right? Right? Now, after it is receiving your mobile, now another message comes here. So in that case, what happened? The old message will be down, right? Now old message will be pushed down.
Yeah.
Then your old new message will be arrived there. So this process we basically call queue. Now queue is appropriate applicable for messaging purpose. So let's say you have created one logic app and you want that from website how many people are visiting, there are short message you want to know. So it will track the monitoring purpose. So in that case they will track 5 people visited. 2 people from Korea, 3 people from Japan. So this kind of short messaging application you can use through queue storage. Got it?
Okay.
Now if
Yeah, I
we
got this part.
yes, tell me.
My question was that how exactly, for example, let's take, for example, if I'm sending a message to my application, for example, anyone is logging into an account or
No, no, no,
checking the
no, no,
request or
no,
something.
no.
They don't want
Let's say your application will monitor certain web servers. Let's say the application running and web server running. You need one. You created one logic app, and the logic app is actually sensing the how many users are loading during peak hours. Okay, so whenever he trigger traffic, in background table storage he entering the value. 5 people added, timestamp this. 6 people added, timestamp this. 7 people added, timestamp this. 8 people added, timestamp this. And there is having database, right? 1 data, 2 data, 3 data, 4 data, 5 data. So first down will be down, second one will be up, third will be down, fourth one will be up. This is how each data will have validity. I mean TTL, time to leave, is you can mention 7 days or 8 days. After 7 days data will be deleted. So this is a queue only. You understood? Just to
Now I
small
understand.
now just a small information to maintain a queue bucket. Got it? Basically it's a low category storage, but trust me, it's very important. If you ever chances to work with logic app in Azure Logic app, it's a mind blowing concept Microsoft developed. Now let's understand certain interview question on Azure Queue Storage. So basically Azure Queue Storage is a service for storing large number of messages. This you need to spell, just small thing. Azure Queue Storage is a service for storing large number of messages. It is highly scalable and durable service that can be used to decouple component in your application, improve resilience and handle high demand. Okay, next is key features. So you know scalability, durability, decoupling, resiliency, high demand. Next question is very important. What are the different types of queue storage in queues in Azure Queue Storage? The first thing is standard queues. So in standard queues are the most basic type of queues. They are good choice for applications that do not require high throughput or low latency. Premium queues. Premium queues are designed for applications that require high throughput and low latency. They are more expensive than standard queues, but they are offer better performance. Clear? Another one is dedicated queues. Dedicated queues are designed for applications that require exclusive access of queues. They are most expensive types of queues that they offer best performance and security. Clear? Got it?
Okay.
So let's create the queue storage in Azure. Simple things. So here you have a queue storage. You can access. So as of now you do not have any queue storage. Right click, create queue. Name, make it name my QUEW. See that. If you go to the portal, if I go to here queue, see that it is created. Now did you see how faster is this storage explorer? How faster is this? Did you realize?
Yes.
Now
Yes.
now anything you enter into the queue, it's basically added message. Any data whenever you will delete from this queue, it is called dequeue message. Okay, clear? Okay.
Deleting is DQ.
TQ. Let's say create one message. Data reloaded. Store. So there is a two option: base 64 encoded, plain UTF-8. Okay, and C, expire in 7 days means this is a TTL. What is 7
After
days?
7 days it will get
Automatic deleted. Exactly. Even you can set hour, minute, second. Let's say I'll put it second and I'll put it 60 second. Okay. If you click on this, message added, but that you cannot show it here. You cannot show it here. It is stored on this particular here. Got it? See that message come, and even after it will be delayed after 60 seconds. Let's wait. Now you enter another message. Small information, small message. Okay, whenever any kind of hit or any kind of logs generated, you want that application to be stored in this queue storage. So you have to raise a shared access signature. After that you give them that to application team. They will include their code from their logic. They will automatically trigger this message, and then you have options to DQ. Let's create one more message, then I will show you. See that first one is deleted. Did you see? First one was deleted.
Yes.
Because I have given the timestamp. But this is how it's very simple to maintain. No, there is no question of database full or something else happen. Message will come, if you see it better, or else it will be deleted. Simple. Now you have an option DQ. If you select on clear, all the data will be deleted. All the data will be deleted. Got it? One by one, all will be data will be deleted. If you click on clear queue, all the data will be deleted. Now let's say you have added message. Come. Added another message. When. Added another message. What. Now you can select message and move message to the top from one storage account to another storage account. Got it? Let's say you have a one query, my query W, one table storage. So if you have multiple queue, you can move message to one queue as well. I mean, you have a one table queue, right? If you have a multiple table queue, you can move that message to one table to another queue. Clear?
Yeah.
Got my point?
I think it will be requeue, right?
Sorry?
In requeue. In requeue, you can put the message on the first, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Now application to will be design these things from this background, and that will work. Clear? That is our
Yes, sir.
storage completed entirely in Azure storage. Next day we will go to Azure Recovery Vault, or which one is easier. First we will go for there. These all are the maintenance topics in Azure. They will all ask question from there. So I requested everyone, please arrange one credit card and start practicing from now onwards, or else you will forget everything. Only watching definitely it will help you, because you are awareing, yes, you are getting aware that how these things happen. Okay, so if I give you 100% knowledge, might be 20% will be remember, 80% will be forget. Yes, that 20% will help you to, even if you watch the video more and more and more, na, it will really help you. Got my point? It is really help you. Clear? Any question?
No.
Okay, everyone, is that clear? Again I'm saying, if you have any doubt, please ask. I will clear your doubt. Don't be shy, it's your effort. Tell me, what is your doubt? Gloria, Gopal?
Another one small question regarding, do we have any, what do you call, an example of a table storage? Just an example. I understood the concept, but
टेबल
if you can give
स्टोरेज,
us
सी टेबल स्टोरेज, आई एम टेलिंग यू, देखो क्या होता, क्या मैं समझाता हूँ. मान के चलो तुम्हारे पास एक रिक्वायरमेंट आया, देख भाई, जैसे, अच्छा एक चीज बताओ, तुम एक्सेल में डेटा सेव करते हो कि नहीं?
हाँ
एक्सेल में टेबल बनाते हो तो
हाँ हाँ
तो वो एक्सेल वाला डेटा और तुम्हारा एसक्यूएल का डेटा सेम हो गया?
हाँ हाँ, आई नो दैट, इतना पता है।
नहीं नहीं, मेरे को एक चीज़ बताओ, तुम एक्सेल में भी डेटा ऐड करते हो और
हाँ
एसक्यूएल क्वेरी चला के भी तुम क्वेरी, मतलब कि एसक्यूएल में भी तुम डेटा ऐड करते हो, तो बोथ का सेम हो
ओके,
गया क्या?
नहीं सेम तो नहीं हुआ क्योंकि उसमें मतलब उसका बहुत सारा डिफरेंस है
डिफरेंस
उसमें।
क्या है? डिफरेंस यही है कि आपको एसक्यूएल में जो स्कीमा डिफाइन कर दिया जाएगा, उसी का रेस्पेक्ट में आपको डेटा ऐड करना पड़ेगा. और
हाँ
एक्सेल में आप खुद अपना टेबल क्रिएट करो, खुद एंटर मारो, खुद सेव करो. फर्क सिर्फ यही
हाँ
है, उसमें आपको एक डेटा एक साथ मिल जाएगा, आपको यहाँ पे बार बार फाइल ओपन करना पड़ेगा, एक एक टाइम में एक एक फाइल ओपन करना पड़ेगा. दूसरा बात है कि आप उसको एप्लीकेशन से डेटाबेस को इंटीग्रेट कर सकते हो, लेकिन आप एप्लीकेशन से एक्सेल को इम्प्लीमेंट, मतलब इंटीग्रेट नहीं कर पाओगे.
नहीं कर सकते। हाँ हाँ, बराबर।
लेकिन एज्योर ने वो कॉन्सेप्ट भी यहाँ पे डाल दिया. वो बोल रहा है कि भाई तुम्हारा डेटाबेस नहीं चाहिए तो फटाओ उसको, मेरा यहाँ पे तुम शैश की जनरेट कर दूंगा, अपने कोड में उसको इंटीग्रेट करके स्टोरेज एक्सेस करो. अब तुम
ओके
तुम्हारा
ओके, अब
अब तुम
समझा।
तुम्हारा एप्लीकेशन से जो डिजाइन करोगे, यहीं पे वो टेबल क्रिएट होगा, जो डिजाइन करोगे.
ओके ओके, समझ गया
समझ गया?
हाँ समझ गया।
अच्छा, ग्लोरिया, एनी क्वेश्चन? যা মনে কোশ্চেন আছে জিজ্ঞেস করতে পারো, কারণ ভয় পাবার বা লজ্জা পাবার কোনো ব্যাপার নেই.
না না, ঠিক আছে, এখন আমাদের ঠিক আছে। করতে করতে প্র্যাকটিস করলে আরো বেশি।
প্র্যাকটিসটা করো না, প্র্যাকটিসটা করছো না কেন? একটা ক্রেডিট কার্ড অর্ডার করো, করে, আরে বিল কত আসে, আমি তো তোমাদের দেখিয়েছি আমার বিল কত আসে, 190 টাকা, 200 টাকা. যদি তুমি রিসোর্স গ্রুপ সঙ্গে সঙ্গে বানিয়ে ডিলিট করে দাও, কিচ্ছু এমন বিল আসবে না. হ্যাঁ, যদি ডিলিট করতে ভুলে যাও তাহলে কাঁদিয়ে ছেড়ে দেবে, আমি বলে দিলাম. তো এইটুকু রিস্ক তো নিতেই পারো. একটা অ্যালার্ট রিমাইন্ডার সেট করে দেবে মোবাইলে যে আমি এই এখন অ্যাজুর পাসকোড মানে প্র্যাকটিস করতে বসলাম, আফটার 1 আওয়ার ও 2 আওয়ার্স আমাকে রিমাইন্ড দেবে যে সাবস্ক্রিপশন ডিলিট করো, মানে রিসোর্স গ্রুপ ডিলিট করো. আমি তো এরমভাবে ইনিশিয়াল আমি তাই করতাম. যখন আমি প্র্যাকটিস করতাম তখন আমি 2 ঘন্টার জন্য একটা রিমাইন্ডার নিয়ে বসতাম, বসে কাজ হয়ে যেত, আমাকে আমি অনেক সময় ভুলে যেতাম, আমাকে রিমাইন্ড পাঠিয়ে দিত, ভাই তোমার ডিলিট করতে হবে. ঠিক আছে, তো এরমভাবে করা যায়.
এবারে প্র্যাকটিস করতে হবে, অনেকদিন আমি প্র্যাকটিস
অনেক প্র্যাকটিক্যাল হয়ে গেছে, এবার তুমি যদি প্র্যাকটিস না করো তাহলে তো সব ভুলে মেরে দেবে. এখনো আমরা এই কোর্সটার মাঝামাঝি এসছি, আরও কত যে বাকি আছে কোনো আইডিয়া নেই. অ্যাজিওর কিউ মানে অ্যাজিওরটা বিশাল বড় ভাইটাল একটা জিনিস, বিশাল বড় জিনিস, বিশাল বড় জিনিস. মানে আমার পড়তে পড়তে মাথা খারাপ হয়ে যায়, বুঝতে পারছো তো? তার মধ্যে আমার চাকরি আছে, পড়ানো আছে, অন্য ব্যাচ, উইন্ডোজ সার্ভার, অ্যাক্টিভ ডাইরেক্টরি, O365, এক্সচেঞ্জ, তার সঙ্গে অ্যাজিওর, মানে আমার কি অবস্থা হয় বুঝতে পারছো? তোমরা তো শুধু অফিসে কাজ করছো, তারপরে বাকি সময় তোমাদের রেস্ট, কোনো চাপ নেই. ওই সময়টা একটু কাজে লাগাও না, পড়া নিজেকে নিজের জন্যই তো পড়বে, আরামসে শিখে
আর
যাবে।
আসলে মানে এত দেরিতে লগ অফ করি, তারপরে আর ইচ্ছাই করে না আমার একদম। আর শনিবার এত কাজ থাকে, এখানে যাও ওখানে যাও, মা চেঁচামেচি করে। এটা কি কোন অন্য কোনো দিন
তোমাকে
কিছু
একটা
কাজ
ভালো,
করলে
শোনো,
না?
তোমাকে একটা ভালো আইডিয়া দিচ্ছি। শনি রোববার তুমি চাইলেও পড়াশোনা করতে পারবে না, কারণ শনি রোববার দিনটাই আনন্দের, তুমি সিনেমা দেখবে, ঘুরবে ফিরবে, হবে না। তোমার জন্য বেস্ট অপশন হচ্ছে প্রতিদিন আফটার ইউর লগ অফ 1 ঘন্টা পড়ো, প্রতিদিন। তুমি এডি
হ্যাঁ,
পড়তে পারো, তুমি
ওটাই
এডি,
ঠিক হবে।
তুমি এডি পড়তে পারো, তুমি প্রিভিয়াস এডি ভিডিও দেখতে পারো, অ্যাজুয়ার পড়তে পারো, সব কিছু করতে পারো, বাট প্রতিদিন আফটার 1 আওয়ার, মানে আফটার ইউর অফিস আওয়ার্স। উইকেন্ডে পড়ার দরকার নেই তো, উইকেন্ডে পড়ো না। তুমি প্রতিদিন অফিস লগ অফ করো কটার সময়? 10টার সময়।
হ্যাঁ, তোমার এই 10টা 10:30টার মধ্যেই করি।
তারপরে 10:30 থেকে 11:30 অব্দি পড়ো না, আধ ঘন্টা 1 ঘন্টা, কি আছে? একটা ক্রেডিট কার্ড দিয়ে প্র্যাকটিস করো না, ব্যাস।
হ্যাঁ, এবার সত্যি করতে হবে, আমি অনেক পিছিয়ে গেছি অ্যাজ ওয়েলকার।
না হলে না কেসটা কী হবে জানো তো, তুমি যে এত খরচা করে পড়ছো, লাভের লাভ কিছু হবে না। তোমরা প্র্যাকটিসও তো করতে পারো, আগের ভূত যে এডি যেগুলো পড়েছো সেগুলো তো প্র্যাকটিসও করতে পারো, তা তোমার কাজেরও দিক থেকেও তো আরও উন্নতি হবে। হুম।
তুমি তো সব ডোমেন অ্যাডমিনসের কাজ শিখিয়েছো দাদা, আমাকে তো ডোমেন অ্যাডমিন
अरे अरे,
বানাইনি।
आगे आगे बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिल जाएगा। ও, বাট জিনিসটা কম্পাটিবিলিটি আগে তো তুমি বলো না, তুমি কতদিন হলো ইনফোসিস? 1 বছর হয়ে গেছে।
হ্যাঁ, হয়ে গেছে।
হ্যাঁ, তা 1 বছর তুমি সিস্টেমে থেকে গেলে, 1 বছর টিকে গেলে, আর তোমার তো পুরো কেরিয়ার সেট হয়ে গেল। ভয় থাকে কি, নয় 3 মাসে ফুটবে, নয় 6 মাসে ফুটবে, তুমি 1 বছর যখন টিকে গেলে মানে তোমার লাইফ লং সেট হয়ে গেল। আগে যে,
বাবা কত যে ঝামেলা হয়েছে, কত এসকেলেশন। সেই মানে একটা সিটাস থাকে তোমার ওই ডিলিট করার জন্য কম্পিউটার, সেটা একটা ডেট দিয়েছে 2 দিন পর, আমি ওটা ডেটটা আর দেখিনি, আমি আগেই ডিলিট করে দিয়েছি, ব্যাস ওই নিয়ে এসকেলেশন। সেই টপ লেভেল অব্দি সে কি ঝামেলা, সেই তারপরে আবার যাই হোক ইয়ে হয়েছে, মানে এরকম যে কত ঝামেলা হয়েছে।
তাও জিনিসটা তো শিখে গেছো, জিনিসটা
হ্যাঁ,
তো শিখে গেছো। আজ তুমি চিন্তা করো, তোমার মতো থাউজেন্ডস অফ লেডি এখনো কোর লজিকেই পড়ে আছে, তুমি একটা সুইচ করে আইটিতে ঢুকে গেলে। তো এইটা তুমি চেয়েছো বলে হয়েছে। ইউ আর এক্সাম্পল ফর অল মাই ব্যাচ। এখানে আমার এখানে যত লেডি স্টুডেন্ট আছে, এভরি ওয়ান নো ইউ, বিকজ ইচ ব্যাচ আই গিভিং ইউর এক্সাম্পল হাউ ইউ মেড ইট। Okay, you said that, I mean, example really, from data entry to you are right now active directory analyst. It's such a mind blowing, and it is possible, both you and Gopal, is it possible just because of you want. The same things, if you want to make yourself expert in Azure, even you can do this. Everything, you know, I'm telling you one thing, everything in every technology is just like a servant does, if you do a grip and practice. Even you are also working in IT, myself also working in IT. So does anyone written in my head that you will be a work as a trainer? No one, right? But how I become a trainer? I become a trainer because more of practice, more confidence, more clarity. Now everyone started me as a guru, mentor. Now I have started my job, simple. Like 4 peoples in the queue or bucket. Every 5 people having less amount of knowledge. One people is stand up and say, ask me whatever you have asked. Even what are the question everyone asks, he is giving entirely smart answers. Now rest of 4 people, you are my guru, and you just taught us, teach me the technology. This is how it's work. You got my point?
yes.
Okay guys, we have a new topics definitely come on next week, Wednesday. Remember everyone, your next class is on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Enjoy your Sunday and weekend. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
And requesting everyone, please give me a reminder on Tuesday, or else I will be forget. Okay?
So there is no class on Sunday, right? This Sunday.
No classes on Sunday. It will be on uh, next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Okay?
8 p.m. Okay.
8:30 or 9, like today 8:30.
If that is
because this is a very useful shift. Even weekend you have a hell lot of program to go either next place na, so enjoy your weekend. Okay guys, let me save the file. Okay, how many day today actually? Okay, wait,
Day.
because wait.